Joseph Crudup here. Welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is Wednesday, November the 12th, 2025. Why did every customer who was angry about when the manager they got it wrong, right? Things got very ugly on that day, a few days ago, when the McDonald's manager was asked for the food, right? And it was not even correct. And sometimes the customer gets angry, and that was what did happen just a long that she never done this a long time ago. The manager right now had got this one wrong, but I don't think she never got it wrong. But when the person says something to the manager, and the manager walks off, and the customer just spilled the coffee into the manager, all over the clothes, all over the back. That was one of the most outrageous moments I ever seen in the entire life. The customer was angry because the manager that got that wrong. But I'm gonna say something out there. Everybody was in at McDonald's. For sure. Yeah. Yes, we've seen this before, and it's really shocking. Now it says the manager was upset. No. The customer was upset, right? She was upset because every time that it is what it is, just, just disrespectful. It was a disrespectful moment that this lady, he drew some coffee, drew the coffee on the manager's back, and and the coffee was too hot. It was too hot, and you couldn't even imagine what's going on. What has happened to the customer? What has happened to the customer? As it's been shown on video, as we're going to show on video, that is what it's all about. And I'm going to play that video right now and see what it's all about. But what went down at McDonald's up there in Michigan. I'm going to show this video that you can never even see what is going on. Take a look.
A woman is facing assault charges after throwing a cup of scalding hot coffee at a McDonald's manager in Michigan. It all began when the customer was arguing about a breakfast order that was canceled by the fast food restaurant system automatically because that service was closed for the day. The woman, we're told, continued to argue with the manager despite being told that a refund had already been issued. She's then seen on video throwing a cup of hot coffee at the worker before walking out. The video went viral on social media, and police were able to quickly identify the woman after receiving more than 100 tips in a matter of minutes. The employee suffered minor burns.
That is something else. That's what it is. She said, though the receipt that I really don't know what she's talking about. But manager told the lady that she's not paying everything and what is going on. And then when the manager walks away for her, the customer lady, angry customer, just poured some hot coffee on her back of the clothes. It was so hot. Boy, I feel sorry for the manager. This is one of the dirtiest things I ever seen in my life. Well, that's so disrespectful. Well, I'm going to go to Fox News and see what went down. That says this. Now, McDonald's meltdown. Mexican woman wanted after illegally tossed hot coffee at manager. That says this. A Mexican woman was caught on camera throwing hot coffee at a McDonald's manager after dispute and police said. A video released on social media by Boulevard Police Department shows a woman arguing with a manager inside a McDonald's. The interaction ended with the suspect throwing coffee at the manager as she walked away. Boulevard Police told Fox News that the suspect had been identified as Casual Brown. The victim asked not to be identified. The incident occurred on Tuesday, November the 4th. That was last week after Brown ordered food on the McDonald's app but did not provide her name or payment information submitting the order. Now, Brown was unhappy with the two services she had ordered and began to speak with the manager. The fast food worker offering the right customer a coffee in an attempt to calm her. But Brown was not satisfied. According to authorities, the argument then became heated. Now, Brown is seen on video removing the lid from the cup and throwing the hot coffee at the manager, just as the manager turned and began to walk away. Brown holding excesses at the manager and left the building as the fast food worker screamed in pain, according to the footage. Now, the McDonald's manager had minor injuries but was not treated at a hospital, and the police told Fox News. Now, we all know that the manager had minor injuries, but thank God, no serious severe injuries and none of that. She had minor injuries, but thank goodness. She didn't go to the hospital that day. And we always know that Mrs. Brown could be arrested. Well, anyway, Brown need to turn herself in to the police. Now, can you do that? Caswell Brown has been identified as a suspect, and she hasn't got arrested yet, for sure. I have seen it on sometimes. Boy, it just moves by my mind. But why do you have to do that? Throw the hot coffee on the manager's back somehow after she walked away. Boy, oh boy, she should never do that on purpose. She don't care. But she would never do that on purpose anyway. And I felt sorry for the manager. And I hate what that customer did this to her. He did it on her, throwing the coffee on the manager. Blah, blah, blah. What is wrong with this customer, man? After she argued the manager, she did what she had to do, throw the coffee on the manager, and the manager has suffered minor injuries. Boy. This is one of the times that you have to control yourself, long lady. And what you do, you draw the coffee on purpose, and you don't care, right? So how did this happen for sure? I don't understand how angry people really are arguing the customers. Boy. We've seen it on video. We've seen it on YouTube. And I say this right now, I can't explain this to you. Let me explain this to you all. Was it the manager's fault, right? Or the customer's fault, right? But the manager didn't say other. The manager held the lady arguing, right? But she just turned away. She just walked away and didn't speak to her again until this happened. So anyway, I hope Miss Brown can turn herself in. Caswell Brown turn herself in. So the victim of this whole thing that goes on and on and on, they really don't care for real. For sure. throwing hot coffee on the manager. That's just mean. Very mean. I say this again now. A woman in the U.S. was caught on camera holding a lost cup of hot coffee at the McDonald's employee after illegally went over an hour for her online order. The police in Michigan have issued an arrest warrant for the woman, who is identified as Kezra Brown. The Boulder Vesta Police Department said that Brown illegally attacked the manager after a dispute over her mobile order on Tuesday, November 4th. That was last week. Now, according to the police, Brown had placed an order through the McDonald's app but failed to include her name or payment information. It says this. Now, I'm going to stop right there. I really don't know why, because the McDonald's app failed to include her name or payment information. One had placed an order through the McDonald's app, and that was she was angry about. She is very angry about this all over again. Then she had to go to the restaurant. When she arrived to pick up the food, she became upset about the two sandwiches she received and began arguing with the restaurant's manager in an attempt to calm her down. The manager reportedly offered Brown a coffee. She gave Brown a coffee, but the situation escalated. Surveillance footage released by the police shows Brown removing the lid from the cup and throwing the hot coffee at the manager as she turned to walk away. Now, the video began with the woman arguing, shouting the McDonald's manager and leading call her a liar. The manager simply calmly responds, "You got no coffee. That's all that you were charged for. Your refund will take up to 48 hours. It will take 2 days." Now, as the manager turns to walk away, the woman can be heard yelling, "F you, catch that egg." I mean, that's what he said about this. Now it says this. The manager clearly responds, "You got coffee, you got your coffee. That's all that you were charged for. Low refunds will take up to 48 hours." As the manager turns to walk away, the woman can be heard yelling, "F you, catch that hot ass coffee," before throwing the steaming drink at her back. The first shows. The manager is then heard screaming in pain, but later reports suggesting she suffered only minor injuries and did not require hospital treatment. The police said Brown then hardly explainers and left the restaurant. Authorities have since confirmed that a warrant for her arrest has been issued, and officers were working to take her into custody. We know where she lives, and that's what police told the Fox News. The incident comes just months after a Texas restaurant was ordered to pay $2.8 million in damages to a teenager usurping buns from hot barbecue sauce. In January, a six-member jury found Bill Miller Barbecue Expressions Lambo directing the chain to pay over $25,000 for the victim's medical expenses, $900,000 for physical pain and mental illness, and employment and an addition of $1.9 million in monetary damages. So let that be that lesson. Well, Brown did it on purpose. She drove the hot coffee on her, and the manager suffered minor injuries. Boy, that's gonna cost the customer some money. It's gonna cost the customer some money. I hope the police find her and they arrest her, or Miss Brown will turn herself in. And boy, I hope she'll be in jail For real. Until then, I'm Joseph Crudup. Had a great time. Also, subscribe to this video and check me out on the Joseph Crudup Show. Share love, family, and friends. Until next time, take care of yourself. And remember, for all the managers out there, be on the lookout for the customers. And all the people out there, be on the lookout for these angry customers. Because they have been going off on the managers every time when someone has been placing an order and something goes wrong and the order is not right. Nobody didn't place the order. He said, and the customer says, I should order a cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, soda, orange juice, chicken tangles, chicken nuggets, something like that. But boy, that's something you just never do it. You just never do stuff to the manager. Until then, I'm Joseph Crudup and had a great time. Remember, be nice out there and God bless.